Hey guys, it's Doc. I just wanted to share with you what what I picked up at the comic shop today. They were having a 38th anniversary sale at my local comic shop, which is Comics and Collectibles here in Memphis. So I took my stepson with me, and he picked up one book, but it was an anime book, and he's already run off into his room, so maybe I'll get to show that to you later. But for the moment, let's go ahead and see what I picked up for today. Let's see. All right. For new books, I actually picked up Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, Part 1 of 4, from the Universal Monsters titles from Image and Skybound. And so I picked up issue 1, as well as issue 2. And this is written by Dan Waters and Ram V, and art by Matthew Roberts, and colors by Dave Stewart. So it looks like it's a pretty interesting story about this reporter who has a run-in with the creature from the Black Lagoon, but instead of harming her, he attempts to save her as she's drowning. So this ought to be an interesting story. I'm going to take some time here and read over the first 2 issues a little bit better, and then probably come back and give you guys a review on it. All right, what else did I get? I also picked up Walking Dead issue number 98. I try to pick up the regular books whenever I can. I'm still collecting the color reprints in the Walking Dead Deluxe series, which is almost up to this number. I believe number 90 comes out this coming up week, but we're almost to Negan in this book. Okay, and these books here were all $1 a piece because they were having a new set of dollar bins that they put in, so these were all $1 a piece. All right, what else did I get for $1? Swamp Thing number 134, part of the Nancy Collins run, with art by Scott Eaton and inks by Kim DeMolder, which to me kind of looks like John Totalman stuff. Now, this is not a Eaton and DeMolder cover, but the inking on those books looks a lot like Totalman's inking. Okay, then we have issue 135 by the same art team and writer team by Collins, Eaton, and DeMolder again. Just trying to fill in some gaps on this series. I had the whole run at one point, and I had to sell off a bunch of books. So 136 I also got. And this was by Nancy Collins, and Russ Braun was the artist, and then Kim DeMolder was still the inker. $137, again, with Collins, Braun, and DeMolder. Looks like Anton Arcane is not very happy in that particular instant. Looks like he's a little frustrated. Issue 138, Scott Eaton coming back on as artist. Nancy Collins getting ready to wrap up her run here. And by the way, the covers on these books are fully painted. And I always thought that was a really cool thing on this particular set of Swamp Thing books, is that the covers really stand out and really pop. All right, and then we've got issue 139, written by Dick Foreman, art by Rebecca Guay, and inks by Kim DeMolder. So Nancy Collins actually finished up her run, and then they had a fill-in issue right here with 139 before the new team of Grant Morrison and Mark Millar as co-writers, and Philip Hester came on as penciler with Kim DeMolder still on inks. And this is issue 141. They took over with 140, but I already have 140, so I didn't pick that up. But they ran as co-writers for 140 through 144, and then I believe Mark Millar took over as singular writer from 145 all the way to 171, which was the end of the series. So here we jump a little bit. Now we're getting towards the end, and this is issue 160 with an amazing John Totalman cover. But this is written by Mark Millar with art by Phil Hester and Kim DeMolder. these covers here were really interesting. So the last one was painted. This is more black and white artwork, but still by John Totalman. It's really pretty stuff. His line work is amazing. As shown with the cover to 162. I mean, just look at this, guys. Look at the amount of detail that Totalman, who for all intents and purposes, I've been told, is legally blind due to an eye condition. But it's some of the most beautiful, detailed stuff that you'll ever see. And that's from 1995. Issue 163 with another black and white tone cover. $164. And $165, which was penciled by Kurt Swan, who was still very much at the top of his game, I would say. He had drawn Superman for years and years for DC. And so I think they kind of threw Kurt a bone with this particular issue. And I think he did a bang-up job. I think he did an amazing job. We've still got a Totalman cover, it looks like. But that is leading into 166 through 171, which is Trial by Fire, which finished up this particular run of Swamp Thing. All right, moving into something different. We have the 25th sparkly issue of Darkhawk. And this says the mind-blowing origin finale. So you learn more about Darkhawk and what's going on in his world and the origin of where he came from, where the amulet came from. All right, we jump to issue 27 because, again, I had issue 26 on this title. So we lose Mike Manley as the artist, and we gain Todd Smith, and I think it's Chris Ivey is the inker. And these guys serve, at best I remember, through the last half of the title, so from issue 26 through issue 50. Okay. We go to 28 with a pretty interesting cover. $29. Now, this entire series was written by Danny Fingeroth, who at one time was the Spider-Man editor. So he was trying to create a new character that was in the vein of the everyman Spider-Man type character. This was right before Kyle Rayner became a thing on Green Lantern. So this still predates, Kyle Rayner by 3 years or so. And we also have issue 32, featuring Savage Steel. Excuse me, I don't know where my voice has gone today, guys. But featuring Savage Steel, who was one of Darkhawk's antagonists. And last but not least, I picked up Darkhawk issue 33. So that fills in a good amount of gap. The later issues get to kind of pricey. I think the newness had worn off on Darkhawk towards the end of that run, and Fingeroth didn't really want to pass it off to anybody else to write it, I don't think, or nobody else was interested in writing it. And so as the sales began to dip, then his interest began to wane, and that was the end of Darkhawk, except for, a few appearances here and there and trying to bring him in with the New Warriors and a few appearances later on. They've tried to turn him more into a cosmic character than a street-level character. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you what I picked up at the shop this Saturday. It was just something different. So hopefully I'll have a different video for you guys this evening. And my wife and I are going to watch Godzilla -1. And I'm trying to convince her to come on with me and do a video talking about the pros and the cons of Godzilla Minus One. I really like the movie. She's never seen it yet, but she's not exactly a Godzilla fan. So that's why I was thinking we do pros and cons, because she'll probably be the antithesis to my excitement about that movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you guys hadn't liked and subscribed to the channel, please do that. We've kind of hit a stall point with, I think, 84 subscribers. So let's get a couple of more. Let's get the algorithm spiked here on YouTube, and let's get closer to that new giveaway with 100 subscribers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.